Boston Celtics basketball is brought to you by Bud Light, the proud sponsor of the 1988 U.S. Olympic team. By Fleet Financial Group. For all your banking needs with Fleet National Bank and United Bank, you'll stay out in front. By Tweeter, New England's leading audio-video specialty store. Nissan National built for the most important race of all, the human race. By True Value, it's more than our name, it's our way of doing business. By today's TWA, find out how good we really are. Texaco Super Unleaded Gasoline with Petrox detergent to help keep your car's power flowing. And by your New England Pontiac dealers, where you can hit the road in a hot new 88 now. Ride Pontiac Ride. We build excitement. And welcome, everyone, to a sold-out Boston Garden here in Boston, Massachusetts, where tonight the Celtics look to show that, hey, everything's okay again. Fresh off a 20-point win over Washington last night, they are set to take on the Utah Jazz. Hello again, everybody. I'm Mike Orman, along with Tom Heinsohn. We welcome you to our coverage of Celtic basketball. And last night, indeed, was a good night for the Boston Celtics and their fans, especially the showing, Tom, of Kevin McHale. Pretty solid last night.
Well, Kevin gave it to him last night, and I think it's very important that he continue to do that. Casey's up in the air as to whether he's going to start him or bring him off the bench. But efforts like this in the low post, that's what the Celtics have been missing. He's been their automatic 2 down there for the last few years. And without him in key situations giving that type of offense, the Celtics really are not the same Celtics of last year.
You know, and despite the fact, Tom, that Kevin came back and had those 2 good games immediately with 20 points, which, as you pointed out in the pregame show, may have got a lot of fans' hopes pretty high quickly, he really wasn't scoring in the low post in those first few games. It wasn't until last night he showed some of the old McHale moves.
Yeah, I think that he came back, he hustled in the first couple of games, got a couple on a fast break, what have you. And what I think right now is Kevin McHale has been bothered by that foot. It was quite evident that he was having difficulty establishing the spot, you know, right over the box, which really makes a low post man effective. You've got to be able to carve out that spot, and regardless of what kind of physical pressure the defender puts on you, keep the spot. And I think because of that foot problem, the soreness of it, even in the Laker game, he got knocked off the spot.
And you talk about physical pressure. The Celtic front line will see some tonight from the likes of Mark Eaton, who's about as big as a barn, and also from a guy, Karl Malone, who, I tell you, we're talking about one of the great bards in the NBA right here, and Karl Malone.
They call him the mailman. He looks more like Parcel Post. He is a brutish type of player. He's a banger. He's a real fiery competitor. And he's the type of guy that can really cause you troubles. He's almost in the same category as Barkley. I don't think he's got as much finesse as Barkley, but he is tough around the glass.
And the Utah Jazz, really kind of a Jekyll and Hyde basketball team. They are 10-1 at home and are winning games by an average margin, I think, of 20 points a game at home. However, on the road, they are 1-7 and really struggling. So we'll see what happens here tonight. The Jazz have never, ever won a game at the Boston Garden. Coming up, the tap-off and starting lineups, the Jazz and Celtics. Hi, Bill. We are back, and the sellout crowd just about in their seats as we get ready for the Jazz and Celtics. Let's meet the Jazz.
At guard from Gonzaga, 6'1" and number 12, John Stockton.
Very, very heady player, a push man, but can hit the outside shot a little bit better than Green can.
Bobby Hansen shoots a lot of threes.
From UCLA is 7'4", number 53, Mark Eaton.
Oh,
he's big.
That's Mount Rushmore there.
At forward from Louisiana Tech, 6'9" and number 32, Karl Malone. And at the other forward from
and he's getting
Virginia,
meaner as he plays each succeeding season.
Mark Ivaroni.
Ivaroni, journeyman player, that can cause you fits, gets mad, will stick it in your face. More than likely, he'll attempt to defend Kevin no, probably Burr.
Frank Layden, the head coach of the Jazz, who you met hopefully in the pregame show if you were around.
And
now the Celtics.
Introducing the Boston Celtics.
One man, Frank Layden, of course.
At guard from Pepperdine, 6'4", number 3, Dennis Johnson. The other guard is from Brigham Young, 6'5", number 44, Danny Ainge.
Had a good night last night.
The center is from Centenary, 7 foot 1/2 inch, and number 00, Robert Parrish. At forward from Minnesota, 6 foot 10, and number 32, Kevin McHale.
Well, 2 games in a row after Casey had some thoughts about whether he should start Kevin or not. He's still in the starting lineup.
Trainer of the Celtics is Ed Lacerte. Assistant coaches Chris Ford and Jimmy Rogers. Head coach K.C. Jones.
Casey, Chris, and Jimmy all over on the Boston bench, and Tommy Nunez and the head of the officials in the NBA,
Hey, Darryl.
Garrettson. Good old Darryl. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this broadcast are selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Celtics. You saw Bill Walton making an appearance on the Boston bench. He and Greg Kite vying for best dressed tonight.
Greg with muscle spasms in his back. And last reports I had about Walton's foot is that it still is pretty painful. You know, he's had that problem for so long. Psychologically, it may be very difficult even to get him to put a pair of shoes back on again.
And as we mentioned earlier, the Jazz have never, ever won a game at the Boston Garden. We're talking ever, folks.
I think they won one here when they were the New Orleans Jazz.
Yeah, but that was
Different, huh?
I was a puppy then.
Anyway, it was a long time ago.
Robert Parrish controls the tap from Mark Eaton. We're underway. Stockton's going to chase down Danny Ainge. That'll put Hansen on Dennis Johnson. Ivoroni will pick up Bird. Malone has got McHale. Eaton doesn't have anyone. Inside to Parrish. Shoots over Eaton, and he's short with it.
Had to measure Eaton's long arm just to see how much arc he had to put on it.
Malone immediately goes down and battles with McHale for position and wins the battle.
Kevin, too much up on top trying to deny the ball. Once it got slipped inside, that turned Malone loose to take it strong to the hoop.
McHale wants it back inside on Malone. Won't go down. Ivoroni and the mailman both there. Hansen has to sidestep his way across half court as Dennis Johnson cuts off the break.
Balls up.
McHale has Malone fronted this time down. You can see him right-hand part of your screen. Now Stockton, nice move. Comes up short with it though, loose underneath. Ivoroni, typical basket for him, a hustle play.
Well, they can bang the boards, particularly Malone and Ivoroni. If you don't pay attention to him, that's one of his major contributions.
Larry Bird yet to touch the ball on the offensive end. There we go. And he was fouled. He'll go to the line.
Well, Ivoroni is not the most mobile man in the world to stay with Larry. Fight his way through single and double picks. Well, I'll tell you, Ivoroni will give it his best shot, and Larry's going to take a banging around from Ivoroni. He's not afraid to be a little physical with Bird.
(4-2 Jazz). Stockton left alone, kicks it inside. Mark Ivoroni is a point away here from his season average. Bird wants it.
Give me the ball. Let me get going. Let me get us going.
Here's Stockton with the quick push.
Boy, Ivoroni over in Italy used to be able to hit that outside shot almost as well as Bird.
And that's going to be a holding call on Kevin McHale as Malone tried to get to the ball and couldn't get there.
Ever since Ivoroni came back into the pros, haven't been able to hit that outside shot. He's turned it down. Bird way off him, trying to make it difficult to make the feed inside to Malone.
Back live, Stockton off to Eaton. No, and a traveling violation as Eaton skipped with the basketball.
That's what is known as a big walk.
He's a big man, I'll tell you. He is real big. Look at Parrish next to him.
I brought a kid to a game last year when they played here. A 7-year-old kid. Kid fell over backwards trying to see the top of him.
Hansen looks inside. Loop it to Malone. Nice move.
Good pass. It's got to be right on the money. And there was no weak side help. When you front, you better get some help from behind, because if it's a good pass, it's two.
Jazz are looking for Malone nearly every time up. Bird sneaks free.
What a pass. Right by the ear of Mark Ivoroni.
Well, they're really looking for Malone, Tom.
Use that main man down that low post. He'll give him some offense down there.
Fall away. Nails it. 6 for Karl Malone, who came in averaging 24 a game. 5 of 6 shooting for the Jazz. Bird, tough shot, and he nailed it. Larry's got all 8.
Bird is establishing the Celtic tempo all by himself here.
Eaton comes across looking to screen McHale. It didn't work. Now Eaton rolls through himself. Ivoroni will take it. Rebound Bird. Jazz are back defensively. DJ just weaving his way through. Bird, good pass. Got it.
Ivoroni got caught on McHale's pick. Malone just switched too late.
Tied at 10. Dennis Johnson with 3 assists there early, and each one's been prettier than the last. Hansen. His first 2 of the night.
I'll tell you, that was a nice pass.
Bird for 3. You're right about Larry. He's going to pick up this tempo all by himself, isn't he? Stockton missing. Nice strong rebound by Malone. Bullet pass. Stockton kick it out. Ivoroni. Rebound McHale this time.
Celtics will. He ran a little bit last night.
Bird again. It's the Jazz 12 and Larry 12.
It is so great when you come early to watch Bird a couple hours before a game, going through those shooting drills before a ball game. He needs practice.
Hansen looking for the 3-point line. Now he goes into Malone, a runner. Parrish is there. Quickly to DJ. He's got Bird and McHale with him. Loops it to McHale. Yes, and a foul.
Has the good hard push up the court, and McHale giving it the full-out run. That helps.
Timeout, 6:49 to go in the first. Boston with their first lead. A
play by Ivoroni right on his shooting hand. I mean, there was less than a half-inch there to get that one off. It still went in. Now you watched a good pick at the top of your screen by Kevin McHale on Mark Ivoroni. Just gets in his way, and Malone, oblivious to the fact that Bird is swooping easily to the hoop, did not make the switch in time. But a heads-up look by Dennis Johnson to create that easy hoop by Larry Bird.
Kevin McHale now looking to complete the 3-point play. Pulled down by the mailman. DJ, the quick hands on Hansen. Stockton, a cutter, gives it off. Whoa! Parrish was there. Danny will take it.
That was great defense on that last thrust by the Jazz, by the Celtics, because they were all over the passer and they were fronting Malone. Had no place to go, and then Parrish alertly got in the paint to block the shot.
Eaton's first shot of the night.
I will tell you.
That's a line drive, isn't it?
Who's going up and challenge that thing? I don't know why they don't use that more often. I think you can score there. They have Randy Brewer.
Larry. Oh, in and out.
Larry upset with himself. He thought that was net.
Me too. Stockton. Eaton couldn't handle a pass. It came right back to Stockton, and Hansen, who's a good three-point shooter, knocks it down.
That's what the Lakers did to the Celtics the last game here at the Garden. Little penetration, get the defense to drop, and get it to their three-point shooters, and it worked.
Bird, little hesitation move, throws it up, it goes, and it's not going to count. Offensive foul is called by Darryl Garretson as Larry took on the pack. Let's see if anybody had position.
Well, he gets by Averoni, but Hansen is right there all the way. You don't see Bird often challenge two guys without being alert to that type of situation.
Good call. Illegal defense is called now.
That's right.
Illegal defense warning has been issued to the Celtics.
McHale was down, drop, try and pick up the cutter, and he should have been out guarding Malone.
Stockton takes the opening, knocks it home.
They pushed him to the baseline, and when you're on that side of the court, a right-handed shooter's hand is wide open.
Danny inside McHale, blocked by Eaton, but a foul is going to be called. Could be Malone or Eaton. They're going to give it to Karl Malone. Nope, they are going to give it to Eaton.
Goes inside. McHale's wide open as Malone is late getting to him, and then Eaton drops down, and with the wiggle worm move, draws the foul.
Kevin 0 for 1 at the stripe tonight, knocks that one down.
You know, a great inside player, what he does is try to get the ball by the body of somebody so that they have to react. It's not just a, you really have to read the defense, and McHale is fantastic at it.
Thurl Bailey has come into the game for the Jazz. Malone throws up an air ball, outlet at half court to Ainge, and he stepped on the line. Second turnover on the Celtics.
But they're thinking run. Cal tried to outlet that ball right off the rebound.
Crowd wants Eaton to let it go. Bailey will. Pulled down by Malone. Trying to feed Bailey. It's picked off by Dennis Johnson. Down and out for Bird. He's there, and Malone picks off the pass as Larry was looking for the trail of Parrish. 4 on 2. Thurl Bailey swoops, hits, and is fouled by Dennis Johnson. Good hustle by Malone on that last play to get up there.
Actually, I think Bird should have taken the shot. You're going to see Thurl Bailey come into the pack. And Dennis Johnson on the up quick had to take a much bigger player. And Bailey can put it on the floor and go around the guard, which he nicely did.
Kevin McHale sits down 7 minutes into the game. Fred Roberts comes in. Bailey completes the three-point play.
Little press going on here.
That's one way to beat it. Roberts blocked by Eaton, and he picks it off. Nice play by Mark Eaton. Hansen loses the dribble, but Stockton's there.
They've got the ultimate shot blocker when they press.
Eaton the follow for 2. Well, that's nice hustle by Eaton to get back in the play. The 22nd timeout is called by the Celtics as the Jazz have hit Boston with a little 12-2 run of their own to go up by 6, 24-18.
Well, you know what Fred Roberts did that time against the press. The ball got over the initial part of the tough part of the defense and went right into the hands of Roberts, and he elected to take it strong to the basket. But if you got a shot blocker like Eaton, you've got to take an extra dribble and take it real strong to cut down the reaction time. And you'll see how far out Fred Roberts takes off and just lays it out there for an easy block by Eaton. It was no problem whatsoever. And up quickly
comes Eaton.
Eaton after the block, and nobody going to stick a body in front of the circus train.
No shot.
And he looks twice as mean with that beard now.
Bird will up fake on Bailey. Kicks it back to Danny. Danny will take it. Hit it. Tough shot. 4 for Ainge. Boston trailing by that margin.
Danny will be able to shoot over Stockton.
DJ Great defensive play on Stockton, and Dennis will get two.
Does anybody poke the ball away better than Dennis Johnson? Nobody.
Quinn Buckner was pretty good at it. DJ is still the best.
Yep. Quinn Buckner was great at getting down to the double team.
Malone just threw it up, got it back. Drew a foul second time around. Get a look at the shoulders and arms on Karl Malone as he steps to the free throw line.
Goes over the top, and Parrish made a nice adjustment, but nobody else got back in there after the play. They all hung around on the top of the defense, and Parrish had to avoid creating a foolish foul. Got it anyway.
Malone rolls in the first one.
Parrish was fighting off Malone and Eaton for the rebound. You're going to lose that kind of battle.
When goes and gets it, misses the layup, and Parrish clears.
That is a no-no for the shooter to end up rebounding a missed free throw.
Boston down 3 here with 2:54 to go in the first. Bird, good up fake. Inside to Parrish, tipped away, late call, and a foul is going to go, I believe, on Malone. The Jazz will take a timeout with 2:49 left to play here first half. Utah led early. Boston came back to lead. Now it's the Jazz up by 3.
Going to see Dennis Johnson to the left of your screen end up having to switch out on John Stockton, and just nicely sticks his hand out there and knocks it away. But you could see Stockton had his eye on something happening in the corner of the floor and really forgot that DJ's got those quick hands.
Jerry Seasting and Mark Akers have checked in for Boston. Bird looking to work on Bailey now. Oh, good feed to Akers for 2.
Larry drew the attention. They left Akers all alone, and Bird will make him pay for that.
Found him okay. Roberts now battling with Malone, and the pass goes out of bounds. Boston a chance to get the lead back.
Once that ball gets down below the foul line extended, it sets up a good angle for a pass to the low post man, and the Celtics are being caught on top of that man. And Malone will make a catch and a quick move to the hoop if they keep passing from that angle.
We're looking for the open man at Seasting as Stockton came on the double team inside to Roberts, takes it quickly and hits it right in Malone's face. First 2 for Fred. Boston by 1. Bailey will try. 5 points for Thurl Bailey off the Jazz bench. They lead by 1. Minute 35 to go here first quarter. Darrell Griffith and Ricky Green are waiting to come in for Utah. And Tommy Nunez with the call off the ball.
Bird had lost his man, and Hansen bumped him to delay his cut to the hoop, and he bumped him quite hard.
Penalty situation.
1 plus 2.
All right, Larry Bird will step to the line for a couple. He's got 12 first quarter points. You see, third in the NBA, just above 27 a game.
A couple of years ago, the Celtics had their first 5, and they also had an idea of how to use the bench. Everybody had a role on that bench when the green team was really coming into its own. And that's what the Celtics are searching for right now. Come up with a unit that can come off the bench and really help, if not hold even, or do some added points.
Bailey had Dennis Johnson in a switch, and it was recognized right away. Larry got a step on Bailey. High off the glass, won't go down. Rebound Malone, nearly stripped, and he is, and now a foul or a kick is called. Kick ball is called. It's going to be Boston ball.
3 Celtic big guys just surrounded Karl Malone so that he had no place to go with the dribble.
He has himself 7 rebounds here, though, in the first quarter. Bird free, but Mel Turpin picked off the pass. Off to Malone. Yes, sir.
tell you, he is some kind of player.
Oh, you're not kidding. Legitimately wants to be Mr. Olympia after his basketball days are over. He'll be the biggest Mr. Olympia that ever came down the pike, that's for sure. Seaston. Bailey stretches for the rebound. Needs a little help. Ricky Green comes back.
Boy, and Karl Malone had everybody beaten by about a quarter of the court.
They loop it inside. He's going to beat him again. He gets 2 more.
Just fronting the man. You've got to get all over the passer, too. Make it a tough pass, and they're backing off the passer, so it becomes an easy pass to loop over this lone Celtics head.
Celtics with 13 on the shot clock. Turned over as Bailey picks it off. Darryl Griffith. Oh! Darryl might give us a little something there.
By the middle of the Utah defense, it just sucked right back in, and any pass in the paint is being picked off right now. They've got to use the perimeter offense a little bit.
Dennis Johnson was given the lane and he took it. His 4th point of the night. Ricky Green. Better let it go, Rick. Ooh, almost nailed a runner at the buzzer. But the Jazz don't need any more help after 1. Utah has put 35 points on the board, and they lead by 5.
Playing good switching defense right now. Bird's man is picked off totally, but Turpin switches over, gets into the passing lane. No direct pass to Bird possible when the big man made the switch like that. And a thinking play that time by Turpin, which is converted into one of those grandiose slammers.
Tell me if this is a great little note Dick Life just handed me. Tell me if this means anything. Utah outscored Boston 10-6. Then Boston outscored them 10-2. Then Utah outscored Boston 12-2. Then Boston went on an 8-1 run. Then Utah went on a 10-2 run.
Well, this game is going to obviously be played in spurts, fast break spurts. And as soon as anybody breaks down in a run column, Frank Layden will substitute that man to keep fresh, fast legs in the lineup. And that is the problem with the Celtics right now, is in juggling the bench so that the Celtics big guys do not break down. And that's where you usually make hay, is your big guys break down defensively. A good fast break team will capitalize on that situation.
Frank Layden is 5 players into his bench as Carey Scurry misses on the baseline.
He can score.
Darren Day in there for Boston, along with Bird, Seasting, Ainge, and Akers, and Larry has it tipped away by Scurry. Here comes Green. Boston called on their 2nd illegal defense. Green nearly threw it in, looking for the alley-oop. Danny will launch one. Turpin the rebound. Utah really looking to push it up. Bailey took a little hike with it as he.
Not as big a man as he is, he's satisfied to pull up in that corner and shoot the jump shot. And on the front end of the fast break, big guys normally take it to the hoop, but not Bailey. He'll do either.
Bird is bumped by Mel Turpin.
Well, he switched that time, but old Mel laid those 25 extra pounds on old Larry.
You got to tell the story you told me before the game about Mel here before the Knights do.
Cost him something like $90,000 in fines because he was overweight last year in Cleveland.
Bird missing. Akers. Turpin the reject. Akers again, and we got an offensive foul on Akers.
Yep, said he cleared out. Mel Turpin. And speaking of that $90,000 worth of fines, I think I would have bought my own Weight Watchers club with that.
Akers battling with Turpin inside. Turpin takes the jumper and hits it.
Boy, he can do that. He is a real good shooter.
Jazz by 8.
Celtics gambling with this unit in there right now, that they can hold it fairly close and let that second or the first string come back in and regain the lead.
Turpin throws it away in the fast break. Boy, he had a lot of purple jerseys in front of him too. 8th turnover on the Jazz.
Look how eager they are to, after the rebound, get that ball up the court. Everybody's got their head up, looking up the court.
Danny coming around the screen, and that's going to be a foul on Scurry as he got there a little late.
Well, they had a three-man pick going on for Ainge to pop out. Very easy to read by the defense. Scurry just a half step late, or he would have picked that ball off.
Larry Bird had 14 in the first quarter, didn't score in the first 2 minutes of the second, and sits down. Kevin McHale's back in. Danny inches closer. Got whacked on the top of the head for his trouble.
That's pretty awesome bench when you come in with Ricky Green and Darrell Griffith.
Yeah, Thurl Bailey.
Yeah.
3 quality players.
Griffith is excellent outside shooter and a great fast break player. And Ricky Green is a pace man. I would say that Frank Layden is using him much like Atlanta uses Spud Webb as an accelerator. And if you make a mistake and keep your big guys in there too long, you're going to pay a heavy price for it.
Mark Akers sits down. Robert Parrish comes back in.
I think Casey's done a very good substituting job here. Just trying to make sure that that stamina hazard doesn't develop in the fourth quarter.
Darren Day has got Carey Scurry. Darrell Griffith gets free. Nice rebound by McHale. Picks it out to Seasting. Jerry weaving his way forecourt. Parrish wants it inside. And he'll go to the line for 2. Oh, the Jazz are aggressive inside, Tom.
Well, Scurry, boy, right there, felt he was going to be able to get a piece of Robert Parrish's shot. Parrish thought he had Turpin beat, and he did, but there was Scurry. Both of them right at the ball. Foul was called on Turpin, was it? No, on Scurry, huh?
Yeah. Robert is currently in 3rd place in the voting for the All-Star Center in the East. Do you know who is in 1st place? You don't. I know you don't. Tree Rollins. Think about that one for a while.
Give me a break, please.
Darrell Griffith, double pump job. Banging on the offensive board. Griffith again, and a foul is called. Could be Parrish. Yes, it is. That's 2 on the Chief.
The Celtics have rotated Robert Parrish out for 4 or 5 minutes. Kevin McHale has been out for 4 or 5 minutes. And the Celtics have kept the margin reasonable as they're searching to come up with the right combinations to play fast-paced teams.
Quick push up to Darren Day. Slapped away. Boy, Scurry is quick. He's really quick.
Darren Day, since he got on the ball game, is forcing the play, not waiting for it to come to him.
Darren Day, and we've got a foul, late one, but Darryl Garrettson called it. Darren should be at the free throw line for a couple.
That's
3rd one on Scurry.
That's where Darren Day should wait for his shot, unless he's out in the open court with somebody he feels he can dribble around.
Scurry sits down. Karl Malone comes back in. Malone 11 first quarter points to go with 7 rebounds. And Mark Eaton is going to make his way back into the game. Mel Turpin will get a rest.
And he gave them some very serviceable minutes as the backup.
Mel did. Need a big bench, though, with Mel.
Well, don't forget Frank's sitting on the other end.
That's true.
It's not going to tilt Mel's direction, I'll tell you, with Frank up the other end. He'll balance off most benches all by himself.
Bailey cuts through. Hook over Parrish. And he gets the bounce.
Playing with a world of confidence.
Sure are playing confidently, but then a lot of people are playing confidently when they come into the Garden to shoot. Parrish in trouble. Hits it. Big hook over Mark Eaton.
Eaton had that big arm up there, but Parrish measured it.
15.
Clear aside for Ricky Green. Now Eaton rolls through, looking to set up. Ricky's got no place to go. 5 on the shot clock. Darrell Griffith stripped away, and Ainge is off. Green is with him. Seasting's there too. Finds him. Day for 2. Good hustle by Darren Day and Jerry Seasting.
Danny Ainge made a heck of a play, drew the entire defense to himself. And Ainge got a little whacked on that play.
Jazz have called a timeout. 7:55 to go in the half. The Celtics down by 3.
Danny Ainge does what you're supposed to do. Force Griffith to his left. Get on his shooting hand. I think he simply just lost it. Now you watch Ainge. And the speedy Ricky Green back there to stop Ainge from scoring. And Ainge makes the commitment to the air. Knows no shot is going his way. A nice pass from Seasting to Darren Day. That's given up 2 for an easier shot by a bigger player.
Larry Bird is back in the Boston lineup. Joins Parrish, McHale, Ainge, and Seasting. Stockton has come back in along with Malone, Eaton, Bailey, and Hansen. Stockton will try a 3. Rebound Parrish. Jazz are back. Boston will walk it up.
Celtics have virtually gone through their bench right now, and they trail by only 3.
Parrish screen on Hansen, and Danny hits.
Good pick that time by Parrish, and Hansen got knocked off the play so far he couldn't get back to give Ainge trouble.
Even when Danny stopped and looked around, he still couldn't get back. Malone looking at Hansen inside. Nowhere to go now. Finds Eaton. Swings for the hook. Rebound McHale. Boston can take a lead. Seasting looking inside Parrish. Back to Jerry. He'll take it. He's got it.
Good 2-man game off the up quick. They dropped in a double Parrish, and nice pass back by Parrish to Seasting for the wide open shot.
The game of runs continues as Boston's on a 12-3 run right now.
Keep the legs fresh. That's what both coaches are trying to do right now.
Earl Bailey missing outside. Down and out for Bird. He's there. Nice pass by Robert Parrish.
Boy, it looked like Thurl Bailey finally ran out of gas. There was no leap left in his legs to go up and pick that pass off.
Malone inside. Hangs on the rim for good measure. Can't answer. Loose ball. Stockton comes out with it. Swoops through. And Tommy Nunez, at least according to Larry Bird, missed that call.
Well, Bird took a swipe at it. I don't know if he got his hand to the ball. Let's take a look.
I think he might have got the ball. I don't think he got any of Bailey.
From where Nunez was, he thought he got his hand, but he certainly looked like he got the ball on that replay.
Dennis Johnson will be coming back in for Boston as Bailey gets his 10th point of the night. Jerry Seasting, who hit that last basket, sits down.
Now, in the last ball game against the Lakers, the Celtics came out strong in the first quarter, and the same against Denver, and weren't really able to keep a fast pace going. Let's see if they do it now, coming down towards the tail end of the second quarter. It was really the bench, the first string coming back off the bench that kind of gave the leads away.
McHale kicks it back out to DJ. Loose ball to Ainge. Finds Larry in the corner. Inside McHale. Wheels. Blocked by Eaton. Stockton alone in the break. 3 Celtics back. He takes it. A follow from Malone. Strong move by Karl Malone.
Put a stamp on that one.
Larry right back, and he answers. 18 first half points for Bird. Back and forth we go.
And Bird is really playing more fast break basketball right now. If he's got an outside shot, he's winging it, saying if I miss, Parrish or McHale, if they're hustling, should get a good shot at the rebound.
Inside again Malone, and this time they're going to call a foul on Malone as he pushed off on Bird. heard Malone say, "Oh, come on."
Well, Bird was out in front once again, and that ball went right over the top of Bird. I don't think Malone had to do what he did. It was a good enough pass that he didn't need to nudge Bird at all.
It was a nudge, too, that's all. Celtics looking to take the lead. Larry looks to Kevin. Back to Bird. DJ finds the opening and draws the foul. Goes down hard, but comes right back up.
Well, that was an excellent job of driving by DJ. He saw the lane open up as they didn't get to him quick enough, and then he takes it to Eaton and makes sure that Eaton hits him. Just creates enough area to get the shot off. And he put that arm up just to ward off that long arm of Eaton. And that's how smart you have to be. You know, just can't shoot the ball. You know, you got to find a way to get that blue sky to get the shot off. If not, make that defender foul you. And he did exactly that.
Boston leads by 1. 4:40 left to play here, first half. Stockton, quick move on Ainge, hits the bucket, and Danny's going to pick up a foul. John Stockton's been playing some very solid basketball for this team of late.
Kind of uses the pick and gets into the crunch part of the defense. Ainge was retreating all the way. Every once in a while, Danny, when he's playing smaller people, will straighten up, and that's when those little guys will zip right around him.
Ainge trying to post up Stockton, and Stockton's got a grip on him.
Let his pants go, Stockton.
Yes, he had a great little hug on Danny there. Jazz are over the limit, so Danny Ainge will step to the free throw line. He has 8 first half points. Boston trailing by 2. Celtics were down 5 after 1.
I tell you, the Jazz are throwing an exceptional first half at Boston.
Pretty solid from where I sit.
Everybody has come off and given the Frank Layden a real solid effort.
Danny with 10, Larry Bird with 18 to lead the Celtics. A lot of time to go here in the first half. A lot of points on the board. Stockton, another runner. Again, he draws a foul.
That time, Danny really made sure he would stay off Stockton just enough so that Stockton couldn't beat him with the speed. But he opened up a half an angle to the hoop. Not a straight angle to the basket, but Stockton leans in and ends up the same way Dennis Johnson ended up getting the foul. Puts that one arm in the way and has contact, and you get to the line.
7 for Stockton, 5 of them here in the second quarter. Jazz by 2. Bird cutting through. McHale lets him go by. Danny wants to go on Stockton. Rebound DJ. Puts it right back up and hits it.
I'm in there for the rebound. I'm in there for the shot.
Stockton out to Hansen, who fakes the 3. Set it back up. Hansen is pretty much a three-point shooter on this team. He really finds the line and stays there. Malone, 2 more.
Wow, Malone had Bird right on his back and never let him get off there.
17 first half points for Karl Malone. Iavaroni's back in the game covering Bird. Danny for 3. Got it in the bounce.
Very soft rim.
And Frank Layden is going to use his 22nd timeout as Boston has gone in front by 1 on the strength of the Ainge three-pointer, 55-54. Quick reminder that tonight's game is brought to you by Minolta. Only from the mind of Minolta comes Maxim, the ultimate autofocus SLR system. With Maxim, you'll never see life the same way again.
You're looking at Frank Layden. One of my favorite stories about Frank is the joke he tells about himself being so fat. He said he went out shopping with his wife one time,
as we look at Roger Clemens and Bruce Hurst at tonight's ballgame.
Okay. Yellow jacket on. And everybody kept driving by, dropping film in his pocket.
I got it.
Photo mat.
I got it. I got it.
That's how big he was. Bird has ended up with Mark Eaton.
3.
Malone. Parrish takes away the miss. 5 rebounds for Robert Parrish in the first half. Larry for 3. Malone, another board on the other end, and he's in double figures already in rebounds in the half. Bailey's jump hook. Eaton the follow.
Parrish had a hand on it, but just couldn't control it.
2:32 to go in the half. Back and forth we go. Jazz by 1. It's got the 12th lead change here in the half. Parrish fought his way through. McHale threw one up from outside. Bird saves the ball. Back to Ainge. Cross court. Kevin 2.
Hustle, you bet.
Bailey can't roll it in, but Bird's going to be called in the foul as Bailey had him right where he wanted him.
The game plan of most of the teams is put the ball in Larry Bird's face, particularly in a low post, and that's what Frank Layden's trying to do.
1:58 to go in the half. Boston by 1. 3 fouls on Bird.
McHale with a uncharacteristic jump shot, and you're going to see Bird comes away with a loose ball and makes a super effort to keep it in play. Some fan nicely saves Larry.
A little cushion there.
Right, into the corner, and Malone had gone up the other end of the court. He's not even in the picture as McHale gets spotted by DJ for the layup, and Bird will get a rest on the bench.
1:58 to play in the half. Bailey at the line for a couple. Larry on those bench.
1 to count 1.
3 fouls.
I think Casey is going to be alert to the situation of his big guys getting tired, and certainly he needs Bird's outside shooting in the 4th quarter of this ball game, so he doesn't want him in foul trouble. Save him now.
Bailey and Malone have combined for over half of the Jazz output tonight.
Coming around the pick. 41.
Thurl Bailey picking up that foul, trying to run through a screen.
All this rotation offense, double, triple picks. And some of the Jazz are trying to fight through, and if they can't, they'll grab a Celtic. That's what happened that time to Fred Roberts. He made a nice cut to the hoop, and he got grabbed.
I think if you were going to list the strong points of Fred Roberts' game, one of them would be moving without the ball.
Shot when it presented itself. To go with his other attributes, he'd be a well-rounded offensive player. Well, more of an inside game. Score down low now when you get it to him. Oh.
That's going to be a push on Mark Eaton as he had a hand on Robert Parrish's back.
And Fred Roberts had a little bit to do with causing that errant pass, too.
That's the 3rd foul on Eaton. The Celtics have a chance to open up a 3-point lead here, which would be a big lead in this game. Inside McHale, outside Ainge, back into Kevin. Fall away.
Oh, that was his only shot for about 2 years.
Yep.
And it's back in action.
Stockton pulls it back out with 1:09 on the clock. Bailey's been hot. Rebound McHale. Out to Ainge. Boston by 3, looking for 5 now. DJ kicks it off Parrish. He'll take it. Short with it. DJ.
Boy, he's doing some good offensive rebounding.
He's got himself 6 second-quarter points, 10 overall. Stockton stops the rush by the Celtics.
Ainge just dared him to shoot, was trying to cover up the inside game so they couldn't get the ball down to Thurl Bailey.
Parrish, another fall away, knocks that one down. 65-60, and the Jazz are going to look for the final shot. Boston should get the ball with a couple of seconds. There's 13 right now on the shot clock. Stockton kicks it off. Hansen for three, and he nails it. Boy, he had set up shop over there.
Dennis Johnson was waiting for that play, too.
And Danny Ainge is called for an offensive foul at half court. And that is 3 on Danny Ainge. And John Stockton, with 2 seconds on the clock, will have a chance. Are the Celtics over the limit? No, they're not. In it comes Hansen. That'll be short, and Boston's lead is 2. So the Jazz have definitely come to play here. The Celtics a 35-point second quarter. They lead by 2, 65-63.
Boston Celtics basketball is brought to you by Century 21 of New England. Put #1 to work for you. Each office is independently owned and operated. By Chunky. Chocolate, nuts, and raisins make it one good hunk, and a good hunk is hard to find. By the 9X Yellow Pages. If it's out there, it's in here. And by AT&T, the right choice.
Everyone to the Boston Garden, and the Celtics find themselves in a shootout here with the Utah Jazz tonight. 65-63, a halftime score. I'm Mike Gorman. Boston out of the gate quickly, but so were the Jazz, mostly led by their all-star Karl Malone. He has 18 first-half points, 17 or 18, and he has also 10 rebounds. He's been a real force, as has Thurl Bailey. But the Celtics got an outstanding second quarter out of their backcourt. Dennis Johnson and Danny Ainge combining for 15 in the second quarter. That got Boston back in the game, and they lead by 2 here at the half, 65-63. When our halftime activities continue here from the Boston Garden, Tom Heinsohn will be along, and he will be talking with Tom Sanders.
My guest tonight is a guy who all Celtic fans should really recognize. Tom Sanders, a man who played a big hand in a lot of championships around here and was my assistant coach for a while. But now, Satch, you have got one of the more interesting jobs the NBA has in the league office.
I'm glad you said that, Tommy, because it happened to be absolutely true. Working with the NBA in the capacity of director of player programs is really exciting, and really, I think the term normally is a challenge. You know, you're talking about dealing with a lot of young players that are coming out of college, and you're talking about the transition from college to professional basketball. And so many difficulties, and I prefer to call them difficulties than any other term a lot of other people seem to apply, occur for these young people who have not had an opportunity to perhaps mature in the way that others have because of their concentration on the game. We're talking about adjustments certainly to the obvious, which are the dollars. Dealing with the travel, the new kind of circumstance that they're in terms of coaches and people that are treating them in an adult fashion. No longer the coaches holding hands in every situation. It's just a whole gamut of new situations that these players have to learn to deal with. And that's part of my situation, our job with the NBA.
But also what you do, I understand, is probably the most significant, because nobody seems to have solved this problem or even made a dent in it. It's the NBA's attempt to really control the drug situation, or at least educate the young player to the pitfalls and how they can get involved in in the drug culture.
Well, all of the pitfalls are covered, and of course the one that's publicized certainly the most happens to be the drug situation as far as pro sports are concerned, and that's spotlighted, and obviously I'm certainly a part of that scene also. But along with that, there are the pitfalls of the road in general, and that can go in so many different directions for youngsters. You know, also along with that, I might add, we have the concern as far as the commission is concerned also for the transition out of the game. So we're talking about career situations, we're talking education, and trying to put some programs there that the players will be able to take advantage of for that transition out of the game. And certainly for both of us, we can certainly remember how difficult that can be, to put it mildly.
Well, you are always one of my most erudite teammates, and all I can say is that now you're into the psychological side of this stuff, and you're going to do a great job. You put the two together, you're going to get these kids right under your thumb, I'm sure. Thanks for stopping by, Satch, and I want to give you this gift certificate to Joseph's Aquarium Restaurant. You know where that is.
Right on target and right on time, Tom.
All right. Thank you, Satch. We'll be back with more, but first, these words.
America's game. It's
Welcome back once again, everyone, to the Boston Garden. We are at halftime, and the Celtic lead is a deuce, 65-63 over the Utah Jazz. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. Utah looks like a pretty good club here, Tom.
Well, they have everything in gear. They've got all their players. They know their roles, and they perform them, and they're putting a lot of tempo into this ball game for the Celtics tonight. I don't think the Celtics particularly are adverse to that situation. They look like they want to run and gun, too. And that play is much half-court basketball, and I think this is a good outing for Boston right now. I think it's who's going to have the freshest team in the fourth quarter, the last 5 minutes, going to win this game.
Okay, let's take a look at some highlights from that first half. Robert Parrish here, a defensive gem on Karl Malone.
Well, good penetration by Stockton and good adjustment by Parrish to take the wide open Malone and say, here's Spaldingberger.
He's looking at you, kid, right?
Yeah. And up comes Danny. And little stop and pop. There's an example of that. Boston wants to run. They're willing to take jumpers off the fast break. Good move by Bird now. Gets into the defense. Gets Bailey leaning one way. Gets into the defense so much that Akers is wide open. And he will drop the pass. Good hands by Akers to come up with that ball and score.
Karl Malone is definitely everything he has been cracked up to be.
Boy, on the swing of the ball, Bird just gets taken out of the play with all that beef there, and Bird couldn't get back into it, and Malone just, in your face.
And now we'll see the presence of Mark Eaton, all 7-5 of them.
McHale thought he had Bailey, but he forgot about Eaton, and off they go, and Stockton will push it up the court. Two lone Celtic defenders, they try to angle him off, but look at Thurl Bailey just hustling up the court. Now, that was Malone, and put it back in. Now, that's a power forward that's getting on the front end of about 40 to 50% of their fast breaks. That's hustle basketball.
All right, take a look at the shots taken, and you see 49-42. The Jazz on a pace of almost 100 shots tonight. The Celtics 57% shooting, and the rebound advantage very definitely in the Jazz column.
I think Boston, because they're not running quite as much as Utah, are not getting those easy rebounds. And Malone is just scooping up the clearing rebounds off the fast break. He's just gobbling them up and putting them back in.
18 points for Bird. 14 of those came in the first quarter. Malone leads the way with 17. Bailey, a nice effort off the bench. He has 13 for the Jazz. Second half actions coming up. Back at the Garden, awaiting the start of the third quarter. Tom, coming into tonight's game, the Jazz were 1-7 on the road and averaging only 98 points a game away from the Salt Palace in Utah. Do you think beginning this Eastern swing, Frank Layden told him, like, hey, we're going to lose, let's lose some shootouts as opposed to lose 100-98?
I'm sure that he'd like to play a running game no matter where it goes. And in effect, the Celtics are not really contesting the run game. They're willing to run with them. So Utah is taking advantage of it.
All right, Jazz ball to begin the third quarter. Bailey will start the second half. Hanson and Stockton in the backcourt. Malone and Eaton up front. Celtics have Parrish, Bird, McHale in the front line. DJ and Danny Ainge in the backcourt. That's Hanson. Down low, Eaton. Blocked by Parrish. Picked off by Stockton. Can't bank it home. Hanson can't hit it. Rebound Parrish. Jazz with a bundle of opportunities there.
Celtics a couple of steps too late going for that ball on the floor.
Dennis will try to open up and does.
Comes off that triple pick once again, wide open. Had it sighted.
DJ, good offensive night. He's got 12. Hanson's left open.
Dennis Johnson switched out to take Malone, who came off the pick. Only McHale forgot to go get Hanson.
Hanson's a terrific stationary shooter, boy, if he gets his spot. Danny for three. Loose ball. Hansen to Stockton.
Only offensive rebounds by any of the Celtics were the two guards and Mark Akers.
McHale just tripped Malone under the basket. Kevin went down. He brought Malone with him. Eaton short with the hook shot. And the Celtics want a 20-second timeout just a minute and a half into this third quarter. Boston up by 2, 67-65.
This is not the way Casey wanted to come out of the locker room. He wanted a little zip and attack in his offense.
You know, there's only one better thing than a Celtics victory, and that's celebrating that win with an ice-cold Budweiser. Boston Celtic fans, this Bud's for you. 10:25 to go in the third.
Now I'm watching if the Celtics continue to play the tempo game. I think that's what they have to do, and that's what Casey Jones wants them to do. And in 2 prior games, at times they had some poor judgment on the up quicks, on taking shots and not having a rebounder to be in position if they missed.
Larry pops out, nails it.
Well, now we know what went on in the huddle. Get the ball to Larry.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
20 for Bird on the night.
That's an old axiom in management. Keep it simple, stupid.
A lot of truth to it. That's why it's an old axiom. Celtics a lot more aggressive on the defensive end here to open the third. Eaton banks in a hook shot. Yeah. 8 points for Mark, 2 above his average.
The glass breaker.
McHale bumps Malone, and then Malone strips him of the ball.
Well, Malone had his hand in the right spot.
That was an authoritative strip,
It
too.
sure was. And McHale thought he had him beat for this quick spin move and a little jump hook, but Malone had his hand right at the waist.
DJ takes it in traffic, and there was nowhere to go. Stockton looking to run. 4-on-2 Jazz break, and Stockton gets a layup. 11 points for John Stockton, tied at 69, and that's going to be a foul as McHale goes up. Stockton will pick it up. Oh no, they give the foul to Eaton, and that'll be number 4.
Quickly it goes to McHale, and he takes it right to the hoop. McHale jumps into him. McHale got away with one there. If anybody, the foul was on Stockton from behind.
Turpin comes in, and Eaton has to sit down with that 4th foul.
Well, that's a break for the Celtics because Eaton is a guy you have to pay attention to in your offense because you have to know where he is at all times. Not so with Mel Turpin.
Not so with Mel, huh?
No. Not your supreme shot blocker.
Turpin
looking inside for Malone. Malone just pulls it up and throws it away. DJ bounce pass to Danny. Wants to go on Stockton. Stockton shut him off nicely. Dennis Johnson calls out down, and the pass goes through the hands of Ainge. I think DJ was looking for Bird.
He sure was, and Bird had his man beat by half a step. And Ainge was well past him. Even if he caught the ball, getting a decent shot at the basket.
Headed the wrong way.
Yep.
Thurl Bailey takes the opening for 2. Nice move with the left hand.
Well, those forwards are popping out to the foul line off picks and relatively wide open.
Inside, Parrish on the feed from Bird, and he missed the chippy.
Boy, look at those outlet passes. One look, as fast as they can, they'll get it up there.
See Hansen again. It's like he doesn't want to cross that line. Rebound Parrish off the Mel Turpin miss. Loop it ahead, McHale. Good catch.
Good hustle by McHale. Wide open eyes by Dennis Johnson.
Malone on his 3rd dunk of the night.
Boy, does he spread out. I mean, he backs the rear of that truck up there, boy, and he's taking on the mail. Christmas packages, everything.
Yes. Extra cards, no problem. Bird, Malone, and Ainge battle, and a jump ball is called, and Malone comes up talking.
Ainge is hanging around there, getting his nose dirty, and comes over the top. He got away with one there.
Yeah, I think he got away with two, to be honest with you. One on the wrist and the other across the forearm. Malone is saying to Garrettson, you really think this guy could tie me up? Celtics control the tap.
And he should not have been able to touch the ball again once it hit the floor.
Parrish hits it.
Well, Parrish ought to be able to score over Mel Turpin.
Hansen, there he is, stationary at the 3, shoots the 2. Good rebound, McHale over the top of Bailey. Up quickly to DJ. Inside Bird, back to Parrish.
What a play!
And Utah wants time. 7:05 to go in the 3rd. Celtics by 4.
Kevin McHale does a great job of rebounding this miss, as he was left to rebound against 3 guys down there. Ainge steps in, gets the outlet, looks quickly up the court to DJ. Bird all the way up the court. He gambled, taken off, and Turpin tries to make the adjustment, leaves Parrish wide open, who is also hustling up the court. And when your big guys run,
Yep.
that's
from
points.
From the time of the layup, or the rebound rather, to the layup, only 3 dribbles were made. Ball only touched the floor 3 times. Turpin wants it inside. There he goes. Oh, Melvin.
He may not give him defense, but he can give him some points down in that low post.
Bird pops out. Inside Ainge over Stockton for 2. Danny has 15.
Lots of confidence that he can get that shot off anytime he wants against Stockton.
Hansen trying to put a screen on McHale. They're looking at Turpin again. There it goes. Back to Stockton. That'll be for 2.
Boy, you back off him, trying to protect the ball from going into the low post, and he'll just rise up and let it fly and score.
Celtics are playing very well, Tom, and the Jazz won't go away.
Nope. The tempo of the game has slowed down a little bit.
Danny for 3. Ainge forces Stockton to put it up, and then Stockton beats him to the lane. Rebound McHale quickly to DJ. Up ahead, Robert Parrish.
Again, a great pass over the retreating defense.
Malone trying to get involved, has to kick it out. Hansen. Bird. Ainge was breaking this time, and Larry just couldn't get the long pass off. Inside, reach-in foul. Turpin as Malone goes flying by. Boy, Karl Malone is intent on ripping that basket at that end down.
He just ran right at Robert Parrish and spread out. Now here's a key substitution coming up right now for Casey Jones. This team has gone nip and tuck here in the 3rd quarter. They're going to give Kevin McHale a little bit of a blow. Now Celtics got to hold even for sure now.
Near steal, and Stockton does pick it off. No one up there with him. Now Hansen runs into the play. Malone. Parrish is there, stripped by Hansen. Parrish gets it again, and a Hansen picks up the foul. That's the strangest call I've seen in a long time. I don't know what Darryl Garrettson was signaling there.
Now there's a good move by Parrish. He didn't spot Stockton. Here he is trying to keep the ball out of somebody's hand. They were saying he's throwing his elbows. He was just moving the ball around. You don't have to keep the ball still and let somebody steal it from you.
Bird off to Roberts, who couldn't handle a pass. Utah ball.
Little low.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
Fred was gathering himself on the catch to go right up.
Bailey quickly over Bird. Rebound Roberts. Both teams have cooled off here.
Good defense that time by Bird on Bailey. Disturbed the rhythm of his shot.
Larry, little up fake, goes through for two.
No help for Thurl Bailey. Stockton not down there quick enough to help.
Turpin blocked by Parrish and picked off. Third block of the night for the Chief. Up ahead, Ain. Cut to Bird. Yeah!
They are asserting themselves right now, just the way they did last year.
22nd timeout called by the Jazz as the Celtics put 6 in a row together.
When they have Fred Roberts in the lineup, that adds a little extra speed to put pressure, but Robert Parrish is just immense right now. Good block here. Has the patience and composure to pick out the right guy. Almost stolen. Ainge looked like he had a head start. And Ainge, a little bit of poise and patience, gets it to Bird. And there you go.
There you go.
There is an answer.
It's the Celtics' biggest lead of the night, I believe. 85-77. They're up by 8. Boston 9 of 14 shooting here in the third quarter. The Jazz 7 of 19. The Jazz continue to get more shots than Boston, and Boston continues to shoot the better percentage. Oh, a nice move there as Bailey found Malone inside.
Parrish is out on top trying to deny him the pass, and they just outfoxed him. Parrish lost the ball.
Larry inside Parrish. Is that
that's a technical foul.
I thought
he
so.
leaped onto the rim.
Frank Layden's up looking for a travel. I think that's a great move by him.
That's mail fraud. See,
yeah, he hung up there.
There he is on the other side of the basket. He's got it. Got a little fine for mail fraud. He knew it.
Third on Malone, fourth on the team. The Celtics have yet to commit a foul here in the third quarter with 3:28 to play.
Used to be a technical assessed on that play too.
Bird fakes once. Parrish the offensive board.
Without Mark Eaton in the lineup, Parrish is really ruling the roost.
Mark Eaton, as if Frank Layden has headphones on over there, is quickly up off the bench, set to come back in. Same play, it works again.
Well, Parrish should not be trying to front that man because he can play him from behind and still block the shot.
Celtics go to Parrish again. Good fake on Turpin. Rebound to Hansen, off quickly Stockton. Celtics by 6. Roberts is battling with Malone. Bailey has made good passes, and there's another one inside. Now Parrish has got Malone. Bailey misses over the top. Ainge the rebound. DJ, no, Bird the loose ball. Ahead to Parrish. Wheels in for 2. Hello, Robert.
They're cooking.
That's one of the best moves I've ever seen Robert Parrish make. I gotta be honest with you. Celtics will take a timeout. 2 minutes to go in the third. 89-81.
Whoever's guarding Malone has to know where the ball is. It goes back to the point, and Parrish on top loses Malone, and a nice athletic catch and shot by Malone. And now up the other end, the Celts come quickly, and Parrish eludes Thurl Bailey, and only the guard Hansen there, and lots of confidence. He's going up for the cram against the guard, and he does.
Not kidding, lots of confidence. Robert Parrish with 10 points here in the third quarter.
But he's come up with some big defensive rebounds to boot.
Ivaroni, as you can see, back in. Carey Scurry is off the Utah bench. Carey throws one in.
Darren Day with a beard. Same kind of move.
Yeah. Scurry tips it away from Roberts. Everybody who came with the Jazz has scored tonight, with the exception of Kelly Tripucka, who has not seen any action.
That is a story.
Yeah, it is. He never sees any action for this team.
Just doesn't fit in there.
DJ goes after it himself. It's knocked out of bounds. Dennis thought Scurry got it. Tommy Nunes thought DJ did.
Casey Jones about to rotate one of his guards as Seasting off the bench. Important right now that he have those fresh legs for the fourth quarter coming down the stretch.
Come here, Bobby. Come here, Bobby.
Eaton short with the hook, and Bird is there.
Boy, and Parrish got a piece of it. Was sitting right on that shooting hand.
Larry wanted to go to the hoop, and a blocking foul was called on Mark Iavaroni.
Well, anytime you get as slow-footed a player as Iavaroni rushing at you, you ought to be able to get by him, but Iavaroni retreated just enough to create that foul situation.
Dennis Johnson going to the Boston bench. Mark Akers is also going to come in. And Robert Parrish will get a rest and should get a good hand.
Boy, he was a power here in this third quarter. Forget the scoring, the rebounding. That's what was doing it. The Celtics must continue to rebound for the remainder part of this quarter. And also push it at the defense to see if they can get any easy baskets, because Mark Akers ought to be able to beat Eaton up the court.
26 unofficially for Larry on the night. 91-83 Boston by 8. Scurry launches a brick.
And they were trying to go at Mark Akers.
Danny for 3. Back rims it. Scurry the rebound off to Stockton. He's quickly into the forecourt. Bounce pass Hansen. And a foul is called. If it's on Danny Ainge, that'll be 4. Danny just 1 of 5 in three-point attempts last night. Speaking of three-point attempts, Larry Bird attempted his 1,000th three-pointer last night. And of course, not this year, over his career. He's the first NBA player to put that many of them up. Darren Day coming in. Larry Bird will sit down.
And what amounts to mass substitutions right now.
Around the quarter, right?
Yep. Well, Darren Day is in for Danny Ainge, so that will put Darren at the backcourt. He'll guard Hansen. Here's a little press. Celtics turned down that attack after they beat the initial part of it. Going to work the clock down.
Larry Bird did not go out. He stayed in. Got mugged by Iavaroni. Now they get him the ball. He's double teamed.
And there's an illegal defense going on there, too.
Basket will count and a foul. Tommy Nunes took his time in the call, but then he signaled it good. Larry just waited for the dust to clear.
Yeah, and Hansen was down in the lane, double teaming. You watch him at the top of your screen, guarding nobody. And now you watch Iavaroni and Scurry both muscling Bird. A little nudge from underneath. Three-point play by Bird.
The Jazz unable to get a shot off at the end of the quarter, and Boston has stretched their 2-point lead to 9. We've played 3. 94 for the Celtics, 85 for the Jazz. Philadelphia 76ers. Charles Barkley has been a one-man gang for that club, and he will be here with the rest of Matty Gukas' squad. The pregame starts at 7:15, a Sunday night affair. The Celtics and 76ers. The Jazz, coming into tonight, have been leading the league in field goal percentage defensively, 42%. So you can see the Celtics are really lighting them up at 56. Seasting, Roberts, Day, Akers, and McHale on the floor for Boston. Ricky Green, Darrell Griffith, Mark Eaton, Karl Malone, and Thurl Bailey are out there for the Jazz. Seasting in traffic, gives it back up. And a 3-second violation is called.
As Akers thought that Darren Davis was going to take that jump shot and had gotten good inside position for an offensive rebound.
Green looking inside. There's Malone. Good cut to Bailey. What time he gave him a pass back, and Bailey will be at the line.
Well, that time McHale played him from behind. No more fronting. Thurl Bailey just simply made a straight cut to the hoop and beat Fred Roberts.
Bailey will have a couple. Dennis Johnson and Robert Parrish are going to be back in here quickly.
Number 3, Dennis Johnson. Number 2, Robert Parrish. In place, Saturday and Mark Akers for the Celtics.
And Casey quick to get Dennis Johnson back in the ballgame, who's been out for a couple of minutes around that timeout. And the reason being is that he wants to make sure that Griffith will be guarded very tightly by DJ.
17 for Thurl Bailey. Celtic lead is 8 with 11:20 to go in the game. Seasting. Fred Roberts inside Parrish. Fall away. Oh, tough shot over Eaton.
Well, he's got his confidence now.
17 for Robert Parrish. He's had a great second half.
Eaton, as big as he is not a leaper. And if you can sight the basket and keep your cool, you can score against him.
Thurl Bailey rolls in for 2 more. Bailey and Malone have really given the Celtics headaches tonight. Malone, second time he's done that. He throws the ball off McHale's knee.
Good
That's
hustle
a great play by Malone, yeah.
Boy, that's the second time he's got his hand right at the waist, and as Kevin has made that spin move, he's been able to get at that ball easily.
Running a little 2-man game, Bailey and Malone. Parrish off the miss.
Tough shot, though. McHale forced him to the fall away.
12 rebounds for Robert Parrish to go with his 17 points. Kevin is double teamed and stripped for a second straight time, this time by Griffith. Malone, tough fall away. Tipped out of bounds. Boston ball went off the hand of Mark Eaton. And Larry Bird will come in for Kevin McHale. And I've got a feeling we may not see Kevin again tonight.
Well, Kevin did a nice defensive job twice on Malone, even though he lost the ball up the other end. He had Malone falling away on 2 shots.
It's just about 25 minutes unofficially for Kevin, and that's the target that Casey's been setting. Seasting fires over Green for 2.
Boy, just had that shooting hand wide open as Green got caught up on the pick.
Again, Bailey and Malone look to run that little number, and now we've got a block on Bailey as he threw a pick in the middle.
Now, both Bird and Fred Roberts will be under the gun when the Jazz have the ball and they have not scored a layup off a fast break.
Roberts spins nicely away from Malone, but he's stripped again as Malone shows his quick hands. Ricky Green. Fall away jumper. The Jazz is 34, set by Dave Collins.
And when Eaton has been on the bench, the Celtics have made hay.
Griffith, Robert Parrish got whacked and went down. Bailey double teamed, hits anyway. 21 for Bailey. He has all the Jazz points here in the 4th quarter.
Well, McHale has reinserted himself into the lineup for Fred Roberts.
Yeah. Seasting pops out. McHale wants it on Bailey. There's the fall away.
You do it to me, I do it to you. As long as I get the shot off before that double team develops.
14 for Kevin.
was virtually undouble-teamable for a couple of seasons.
Bailey and Malone again, not this time, but Scurry is there, gets the bucket, and Jerry Seasting's going to be called for the foul.
Every time you play that rover defense and somebody like Bird has to take that particular man a penetration, that turns Scurry loose. That was Bird's original man he was supposed to guard. He becomes a free rebound unless somebody goes over and blocks him out. Everybody's got to rotate.
Celtics will use a 20-second timeout here with 7:57 to go in the game. The Boston lead now is 8, 102 to 94. Now they're going to take a full timeout. Celtics are up by 8. Back at the Boston Garden, the Celtic lead is 8, 102-94. And as you can see, the field goals made are matched. The Jazz getting a lot more opportunities. Boston's turned the ball over 4 times here in the fourth quarter, 16 for the game. The Jazz have 15 turnovers.
In those 8 shots, boy, they missed a couple of easy ones, too.
Bird, Dennis Johnson, Robert Parrish, Jerry Seasting, Kevin McHale stay on the floor for Boston. Darrell Griffith there bumping DJ. Scurry is going to chase Bird. Too late.
Just trailed out a little bit too late to get at Bird.
Near steal by Seasting. Second time tonight a Jazz player's thrown the ball off a Celtic.
Seasting really challenged Ricky Green that time. He is swift.
Darrell Griffith will launch one. Let's see which way Darrell Garrettson's going on this foul. It's going to go on Robert Parrish. Cary Scurry was a great rebounder in college, and he had great position on Parrish there.
Well, Bird is defending him, and Bird has a tendency to roam around sometimes and forget his man. Because they usually put him on the slower-footed guy, but Scurry will quickly get to the glass.
Malone short. He had good position. Parrish tracks it down. And Seasting will bring it up. Boston by 10, 104-94. Bird really wants to work on Scurry. Left hand, Scurry, the block. Stockton ahead to Scurry. And he lost it on the way in. Malone got it. Bird tipped it out to half court. Stockton was there. Malone will try again. Short again. He's been short in his last 3 shots.
Well, he had so much leap in his legs. Maybe his stamp got canceled.
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, he's tied. He's taking a short leap on those hook shots.
Bird is free. Won't go down. Bailey to Stockton, and the Jazz look to push it. Malone on a wing. Got 2. First points of the fourth quarter for Malone, who has 25.
They've been looking to him in a low post.
Yeah.
Nothing that helps your confidence more than a layup on the fast break.
Parrish out high with Malone on him. Seasting, little up fake on Stockton, finds Bird open. Griffith the foul. Griffith, rather.
Griffith made a foolish foul that time. There's only 3 seconds left on the 24-second clock, and that's been part of the Celtics' problem coming down the stretch, is that they're getting into their half-court offense much too late. Don't have enough time to use all the options in their half-court offense.
Halfway through this fourth quarter right now as the Celtics are up by 8. Cale wants it. Nice move. That's the old Kevin. Scurry the block.
And it was on the glass, and he got batted away by Scurry. Could have been goaltending. Darrell says no way. Yeah, good up fake. Double team develops. Up fake there, and nope.
You got the ball first.
Before it hit the glass.
All right, Kevin will get a couple. 14 on the night.
He has been, along with Bird, the go-to guys coming down the stretch for the last couple of years, and they sorely need somebody in that low post to draw fouls if you can't get a shot off. But Celtics have a tendency to waste too much time in the backcourt just bringing up the ball. So he doesn't get an awful lot of opportunity to make his move.
Illegal defense is called on Boston. Danny Ainge, I believe. It's going to be a free throw for the Jazz and the ball. John Stockton was standing outside the three-point circle, and Danny Ainge was below the free throw line. Stockton rolls it in.
Excellent foul shooting.
See Frank Layden having a conversation with the fans.
Get scary.
He's giving a lecture over there to some fans now, and they're all laughing.
He's counting the fans.
Griffith misses the fall away. Celtics a chance to go up by 11.
Well, Utah is allowing the Celtics to control this game by taking some poor shots.
DJ spins away from Griffith and hits. That was a slick move on the baseline by Dennis Johnson.
He and McHale had the same move, a little up fake and then a step aside. Get him on your side and get the shot off.
Griffith looking inside. Scurry kicking it out. Stockton. Scurry blocked by Parrish. What a defensive play. Ainge. Bird wants three. Yeah. That might have been the killer. 111 to 97. 4:44 to go.
Bird, the top right of your screen, goes to the penetration, leaves Scurry wide open. Nice laydown pass by Stockton, but look who's there. The Chief with tomahawk.
He did tomahawk Scurry too.
And up they come. And beautiful three-point play by Danny Ainge over to Bird behind the line. And that was one nail in the coffin.
Back live, John Stockton hit a little runner in the lane. 111.99. A little too early to take the air out of the ball, though, Tom, right?
No, got to. Oh, what a cute move by Dennis Johnson. Had Hansen right behind him, had his arms out there, and then released and tried to catch the ball, and Hansen grabbed him.
Celtics got a fresh 24 out of that.
It's like arm wrestling sometime in Vegas down there, you know?
DJ looking for Parrish, but he couldn't get to the pass.
Had the right idea, but the ball just scooted instead of sitting up.
Jazz trying to get this back down to 10. Hansen looking inside for Malone. Hansen will take a three. Gets none. Hansen ranks 7th in the NBA in three-point field goal percentage, so you don't see too many air balls out of him. Bird. Not going to miss those.
And Thurl Bailey got mystified by, and a lot of that was brought about primarily because the Celtics changed their defensive scheme against them. Instead of playing on top and trying to deny him the ball, they got back behind him and they took him out of that power game. Smart move by Casey Jones.
The Jazz are back to their starting lineup. Stockton, correct that. Bailey's on the floor. He joins the other four starters. There's Malone hooking this time for two.
Well, that's the power move. Take it strong to the hoop, and he's got that leap back in his legs.
Malone aggressively out on McHale as soon as he touched the ball. Inside, McHale rolls in.
And overeaten. Eaton was sitting there ready to swat it away, but McHale got rid of it too quick.
Dennis Johnson, 11 assists. Bird the steal. Ainge the ball. Foul Malone. Danny caught himself on the post.
Inside, and Bird just picks off that pass, got his arm up in the passing lane, and here's Ainge on the fly, but Malone just makes sure he doesn't score, lets him go, but after it was all over, said, "I'm sorry, Dennis," and
Or Danny.
excuse me, Danny. I call him Dennis the Menace.
Knocks them both down. 17 for range. Celtics now a 16-point lead. This has been a very, very solid effort by Boston tonight, despite the fact they were down by 5 in the first quarter. Bailey, Parrish got a hand on that. McHale got the rebound as the Celtics are really dominating now.
Parrish has been a super presence in the second half defensively.
Bird looking for the cheat. Stockton stripped him. Parrish looks at Nunez and then just heads the other way. Malone won't go down.
Cameraman does, though.
DJ, a runner, gets his own rebound. Eaton got a piece of it. Credit McHale the basket. DJ thought it was a goaltend and probably had a pretty good case. And this is turning into a blowout. Deceiving blowout, though. It's been a heck of a game for 3 quarters, and it's been a strong game by the Celtics in the 4th.
Well, I think Casey Jones may have found his combinations to work against other ball clubs tonight. Thought he worked the bench very effectively, allowed them to play enough minutes for the regulars to get a rest, and the regulars kept their legs and really kept the tempo at top quality caliber.
Stockton the quick push. Hansen, McHale is there. Malone gets 2 more, and he has 31 now on the night. Bird leads everybody with 38. 14-point Celtic lead. We're approaching a minute to go. Larry picked off by Malone. Bailey gets 2.
Well, let's sit on it for the rest of this ball game.
Celtics would like to see Lojas get in the game. Bird trails Stockton, who drops in 2 more. He's had 18 tonight. Suddenly it's down to 10, and the Celtics will get it across half court and try to set something up here. Larry will launch a 3. It's an air ball.
Well, he and Hansen both had air balls on the 3s.
New Jersey Nets have taken Dallas to overtime tonight. Here's a little runner by Bailey that won't go down. DJ fakes the 3, takes a 2, and knocks it down. 16 for Dennis. Thurl Bailey looks to answer and does. 25 points for Thurl Bailey. Crowd wants Danny to throw one up. Too late, and Boston's victory margin will be 10. Frank Layden, a couple of words for Tommy Nunez and a little pat. And Boston now looks in fine form to us. 121 to 111.